Welcome to Takshashila Gurukul channel. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe immediately, press the bell button and write your comments and feedback. Share with your friends as much as possible. We provide online Kundalini Raja Yoga initiation and Kundali activation in 6 months.
What is Hinduism? Hinduism is one of the major religions of the world and is older than all other religions. India is the homeland of Hinduism. That is why this country is called Hindustan. Unlike other religions in the world, Hinduism was not founded by any one person. Therefore, Hinduism is an eternal religion and is called Sanatan Dharma. Although the followers of Hinduism are scattered all over the world, they are mostly settled in the holy land of Bharatkhand, which is the origin of their religion. The real name of Hindus is Aryans, and the Aryans eventually acquired the name Hindu, and their religion became Hinduism. The name of this land of the Aryans was Aryavarta, which eventually became Hindustan for some reason. Who are the Aryans? Were they originally in Aryavarta? Were they from outside? There is a difference of opinion among historians regarding this. Some say that the Aryans came from the North Pole, some say that they came from Central Asia. Still others believe that they came from a distant coastal region. Still others say that Aryans are not the name of a tribe but a name that indicates a good, noble way of life and culture. Swami Vivekananda, speaking about this, firmly stated that the Aryans were those who were in India and not those who came from outside, and made his opinion clear as follows. Regarding the truth of these principles, there is not a single word in the scriptures of our religion to prove that the Aryans came to India from outside. The Aryans originally lived in the plains of the Indus River in Punjab. Gradually, as the population increased, they settled widely throughout the northern part of India. From North India, they crossed the Vindhya mountains and later settled in South India. Although there is a difference of opinion on this issue, it is worth remembering that the generally prevailing opinion is this. Why did the Aryans get the name Hindu? The background ideas are very special. Swami Vivekananda, speaking about the origin of the word Hindu, has said that it is derived from the word Sindhu. Hindu was the word that the ancient Persians used to address the Indus River. All the letters in Sanskrit were changed to H in the ancient Persian language and Sindhu became Hindu. In this time, calling ourselves Hindu is a habit, and this word has lost all its meaning because Hindu only means those who live on the other side of the Indus River. This word was distorted by the ancient Persians, and all those who lived on the other side of the Indus River were called Hindu by the ancient Persians. The Aryans settled in Punjab and the Indus River flowed from there to the west. Far from the western bank of the Indus, the Persians lived. They were called Varsis. The Persians called the people east of the Indus River Hindu, instead of the banks of the Indus River. The word Sindhu then became Hindu. Later, when the Greeks came to this country, Hindu was called Indoi, which finally became India. During the reign of the Mohammedans, the word Hindu was used more and more. Finally, the name Hindu became the norm for Indians. The religion practiced by the Hindu people was called Hindu Dharma, and the country of the Hindu people was called Hindu Desha. The correct name of Hinduism is Sanatana Dharma. The meaning of this word is that which spreads eternal things throughout the world, which can give eternal happiness, which can last forever. Hinduism is also known as Vedic religion, Vedanta religion, and Arya religion. The name Vedic religion has come about because every Hindu believes the Vedas to be the basis of his religion and reveres them. Veda means knowledge. Vedanta means the end of knowledge, that is, the attainment of knowledge that once acquired, no further effort is required for the attainment of knowledge. Since Hinduism is a religion capable of helping the aspirants attain such divine knowledge, it is also commonly called Vedanta religion. Arya means half of the great. Arya religion is the religion that provides peace and happiness through the realization of the great truth, the religion that contains the great principles of life. Arya religion, the Arya religion that came about through the practice of the Aryans, came to be known as Arya religion. Sanatana Dharma. It has already been said that it is correct from all points of view to call Hinduism Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma can be said to be a religion that is eternal and unchanging for all time. Similarly, spreading the knowledge of eternal things throughout the world is the other half of the word Sanatana. Whatever spreads the knowledge of eternal things throughout the world is considered Sanatana Dharma. Since the Supreme God is eternal and unchangeable, the Supreme God is called Sanatana. Sanatana Dharma also has another meaning, that is, the religion established by the Supreme God. According to the sentence, Sanatanascha Sao Dharmascha Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Dharma not only means the religion established by the Supreme God but also means the religion that is eternal. Another definition of Sanatana Dharma is that those who believe in this religion and lead their lives accordingly are freed from the bonds of samsara and attain the eternal state of salvation. What is religion? This word is derived from the root, dhr. Dhr means to uphold, to hold. That which protects humans, the entire world and living things and provides the basis for their condition is religion. The scope of religion is wide. Its meaning is wide. There are abundant statements and oaths in the scriptures of Hinduism that religion can achieve yoga and well-being in this world and happiness in the next world. In general, the eternal law by which the supreme happiness of salvation is obtained for the individual and society in this world and in the next worlds can be said to be religion. The principles of Sanatana Dharma are ever changing, and their distinctive feature is that they transcend the boundaries of countries, times, and races and are universal. Since it has become customary to call Sanatana Dharma or Vedic religion Hinduism, this book has been dealt with by the customary name throughout for convenience. Hinduism and Hinduism. Let us now examine the meaning and scope of the use of the two words Hinduism and Hinduism. Religion is the belief we have about the Supreme Soul, living beings, the origin and end of the world, etc. Hinduism is the belief that Hindus have adopted about the origin of this world, life, the divine soul and the soul, etc. We call that which guides us on the right path and helps us in making our lives better, by implication, as religion. If religion is related to our faith, then religion is related to our behavior. The basis of what we practice is religion as our faith, that is, our religion. Therefore, it cannot be wrong to say that religion is inherently included in religion. We should not forget that Hinduism is both a scripture with principles and a way of life. Therefore, it has become customary to call Hinduism and deal with it as Hinduism. Hinduism is untouchable. It has already been pointed out that there is no one who is the founder of Hinduism, just as there are promoters of the Christian, Mohammedan, etc. religions that we see in the world today. Generally, religion consists of the founder of a religion, a teacher, religious books, statues, etc. Although Hinduism consists of all these, the fact that it is not based on any of them is a sign of its uniqueness and eternal nature. Since the principles propounded in Hinduism are experienceable, implementable according to authority, and indestructible truths for any time and any nation, this religion is not one-sided but all-sided and is a religion containing eternal principles. The force of gravity is not man-made and is eternal. However, the first person to know its existence was a man named Newton, and its propagation began from him. Similarly, the eternal principles of Hinduism are also eternal and were revealed to the Vedic sages in their divine trance state, and through them they were propagated in the business world. Just as Newton could not be the founder of the theory of gravity, but could only be a visionary of the theory, similarly, the Vedic sages were the visionaries of the Sanatana Dharma but not the founders. They did not prepare the Vedic truths through their holy lives, but rather they witnessed them. Therefore, Sanatana Dharma is not a religion that has maintained its existence by shining on the basis of the experience and statements of any of the Vedic sages, whether as a superior or as a divine religion. Thus, since it is not a religion established by anyone through human effort, and since it is not a religion based on the statements and life stories of any great person, Hinduism is called an inherent religion. The uniqueness and greatness of Hinduism is that all the good religious sentiments and beliefs in the world are hidden in the vast womb of Hinduism, and Hinduism has the significant ability and superiority to accept everything without neglecting anything. Hinduism has included all the ascetics, propagators, and advocates of various stages of spiritual life, from the Onam stage to the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, under its vast umbrella. Hinduism has the greatness of showing the path conducive to spiritual development according to their authority and qualifications and giving the promise of happiness and peace in this world and the hereafter. Not only that, Hinduism has also taken under its umbrella those who say that there is no God and no karmic rebirths, and has given them complete freedom and opportunities to think further and correct their opinions in the light of truth and become blessed. No matter from which perspective justice, argument, and science are compared, Hinduism is always practical for life and is an ambrosial age. It is the speciality and greatness of Hinduism that it has withstood the onslaught of many kinds of forces for thousands of years, faced the Great Flood, and has stood firm like an unshakable rock against the various waves of the tide of time, and has remained fully alive even today. It has shed light on the relationship between God and the world and man, birth and death, happiness and sorrow, etc., as well as on the most important issues of life, and has been able to carry man safely and happily on the path of life and achieve the supreme goal of life, the bliss of salvation, which is not only a testament to the inner strength and greatness of Hinduism, but also a good example of its usefulness. If we look back at the history of Hinduism and the modern era, starting from the Vedic period, passing through the periods of mythology and history and up to the modern era, we can see that many great sages, matacharyas, saints, and incarnations have been born. Religious leaders have also emerged and from time to time have created a new awareness about Hinduism in the lives of the people, carried out effective religious campaigns, and have lived a blazing example of the eternal novelty and truth eternalism of Hinduism. In a human society that is like a mine of different attitudes and waves of thought, it is inevitable and natural that different opinions have emerged about the ideas of God, beings, the world, etc. Accordingly, we find different subsects among those who are said to be Hindus. But despite all these diversity, the real merit and greatness of Hinduism is that it has unity behind them. Now is the scientific era, and new scientific discoveries, life-enhancing devices, new ways of life, etc., are increasing day by day. The feeling of comparing everything from a scientific perspective and thoroughly reviewing and accepting objects and ideas is increasing. The past of reading by the light of money is gone, and now man can read by the light of an electric lamp, and the comforts of life have increased greatly. Although the comforts of life have improved to such an extent that darkness has not been removed. Darkness existed in the past, and it is still experienced in human life today. Moreover, light is not necessary for the temporary removal of darkness. Whether it is money or electric lamp, even today, just as light is necessary for the removal of darkness, so to the extent that man has to face situations like birth, death, hardship, loss, etc., the light of religion is necessary for its removal and for the maintenance of life. Hinduism, even in this modern era, has the ability to provide a favorable solution to any new situation without losing its identity, and it is an undoubted fact that it is the eternal religion that can shed light on the journey of human life in the modern era, like the goddess Nanda. Some objections to Hinduism. Hinduism includes many strange opinions, beliefs and practices such as idol worship, discrimination between many castes, various divine feelings and worships, superstitions, reincarnation, karma theory, etc. As a result, objections have been leveled against Hinduism, such as the fact that it has caused many kinds of chaos and dilemmas in the lives of the people of Hindu society. If we consider it with true and proper discernment, all these objections will be revealed to be not only unjust but also untrue. An attempt has been made to provide suitable answers and solutions to all these objections in the following chapters of the book. The root cause of many such objections is the lack of proper knowledge about Hinduism. Due to this, the principles of Hinduism are followed in life in a wrong way, which immediately leads to various kinds of chaos, unrest and unhappiness in people's lives. Moreover, as the awareness of understanding about Hinduism grows in the minds of the people, the religious fitness of Hindu life, spiritual health and strength decrease, and life starts deteriorating individually and collectively. Therefore, it is necessary for everyone to be familiar with the principles and practices of Hinduism. Moreover, it is necessary for the principles and practices of Hinduism to be practically incorporated into the lives of all Hindus, so that life becomes true, beautiful, both individually and collectively. Moreover, in order to escape the pain and loss of religious animosity, caste hatred, and national narrow-mindedness that are found in today's national and international life situation, a correct understanding and appreciation of Hinduism is necessary for all Hindus living in this country and abroad. The essence of Hinduism is that life is not just an attempt to satisfy sensual desires, nor is it just an arena for experiencing births and deaths. Humans can sell this bundle of births and deaths and attain immortality. In the background of the unique happenings of the world, there is a power that has been sold to human effort and power, and it runs everything. That is the truth. That is what is called the Supreme Soul, God. God is both the possessor of qualities. He is also the formless and formless. The Supreme Soul, who is omnipotent, omnipresent, and one fruitless, has many names and forms, and the omnipresent God is the self incarnate in humans. The ultimate goal of human life is to realize the existence of God within oneself and thereby gain awareness of His universality and be free from the cycle of birth and death. The path to achieving this goal is yoga, and in yoga there are 4 types: karma, devotion, raja, and jnana. Even though all rivers originate in different places, they flow and ultimately join the ocean. Similarly, the various paths to reach God ultimately join the one and only God. In whatever way and in whatever form the seeker sets out in search of the Supreme Soul, he will realize God through the respective paths and forms. Every living being born in the world has a background karma associated with it. This birth is the result of the previous karma, and if the living being remains to experience the fruits of his karma, he will take the next birth according to the karma of the current birth. Similarly, in the very next birth, through good deeds, good conduct, and proper performance, one can escape from the bondage of karma and attain eternal bliss. When injustice and unrighteousness prevail in people's lives, and life becomes unpleasant and restless, the Supreme Soul Power incarnates in this world in a bodily form to protect the saints, destroy the wicked, and establish Dharma. That is the principle behind the incarnation of the Lord. Self-realization is the ultimate goal of life. There is no need to deny the daily life of this world. One should conduct the specific affairs of life in accordance with Dharma. One should earn half through Dharma and then enjoy and experience one's desires in a manner that is in accordance with Dharma, making life happy, easy, and meaningful. A person should experience the joys and sorrows of life bravely, not like a coward. A person should live his life in this world as an owner of the various experiences of life, not as a slave, detached, like a lotus leaf in the water. Although there are many pleasures in this world, nothing is permanent: wealth, status, health, power, etc., nothing is permanent. Self-realization is the only lasting happiness. Only when that happiness is attained, there is a cessation from birth and death, from suffering and pain. That is salvation. Therefore, the highest goal of life is to attain salvation by becoming free from birth and death. None of the human beings are sinners, all are nectarians. Human beings, who are the embodiment of the immortal soul, can live in this mortal world and interact with the 4 types of virtues: dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, thereby attaining immortality and experiencing the indescribable bliss of Amitabha. Thus, a human being born in the womb can rise from non-existence to truth, from darkness to light, and from death to immortality. This is the essence of Hinduism.